Good day, viewers. Welcome to the Railroad Corner, a Pwalpar video. Today we're going to do something just a little different. First of all, let me zoom in on my horns right there. I laid a level on top of it because I want it level. Today we're going to talk box cars. Okay, we're looking at a boxcar in the Railroad Corner, and this one happens to be a model, an O-gauge boxcar, but it's dawned on me how accurate these boxcars are in detail. Believe me, I know, because I worked on real boxcars for 34 years with Norfolk Southern Railway. As a railway carman, we did a lot of jobs on these boxcars. First freight car I ever worked on was a boxcar. And I think from time to time here in the Railroad Corner, we're going to educate some of our viewers. We'll bestow a little bit of Pwalpar knowledge on some of my viewers. We can start just about anywhere. Now we're looking at a UP 185 519 boxcar. Now you see on this boxcar, it's a model of an old style boxcar, which you don't see anymore. Years ago, these cars were put together with rivets. And what you're looking at is rivet heads all up and down each section where it was put together. Later they went to huck bolts and other types of fasteners. Nowadays most of them are just welded together. I drove a mini rivet on the boxcar. Let's take a look at the door. This is a slide type door, and this door will actually open just like a real door on a boxcar. It opens in just the same manner as a door on a boxcar. Now, a car in good condition that ain't all beat and battered up, usually one man standing on the ground can grab those handles, these handles right here, one man can grab that handle and pull that door closed. The door is usually about 10 feet wide, and they are heavy. But the door is resting on two rollers that you can't see here. There's a roller here and a roller here, and those rollers ride on top of that door track right there. So you would think it's just sliding metal on metal, and that's the way they get eventually when they're all tore up. But you can literally roll the door closed. It's usually a little bit hard to get snapped shut here in the where the door latch is. But like I say, that's on a boxcar that's in good condition. Now over a period of time, customers opening and closing those doors with forklifts and chains and dragging them and everything, they get pretty beat up and bent, whereby they get quite difficult to open and close. The top door track is really detailed too. I can't show it from this angle. See this placard holder right here? And this one up here. Those are board placard holders on the side of the car. If you want to hang a placard on there, the smaller one, hang your bad order tags or inspection tags and stuff like that. Usually we just carry a staple gun in our pocket, staple them right to the car. See what other information we can talk about here on this side of the boxcar. That's really not accurate on where the built date should be on the car. They wouldn't put the built date behind the door. They would put it behind the door when the door is open. It's usually up at the top or on one of the corners, or nowadays they have a black label on one end of the car. It'll have the build date on it. All right, those measurements there you'll often see on freight cars. Those are the measurements of the car. Well, they did a pretty good job of that, but that ain't accurate either. This is a UP box car. Okay, the final lesson in today's video tell you how to find the locations on a boxcar. Now you see the handbrake right there? The old style handbrakes were up high like that. They were up high like that because the trains had running boards on top. They don't have running boards on most of them now except for like covered hoppers. But if a brakeman was up there running them platforms, they wouldn't need to brake up there where he was. There's a step right here you can stand on to wind and close your handbrake. I had to climb up there many a time to oil the retainer valve. Every time they come through the shop, see if I can zoom in on the retainer valve. You see a pipe running the height of the car right here. At the top of that pipe is the retainer valve. What the retainer valve does is has a high pressure and low pressure position. Say the train's coming down a mountain. Retainer valves are designed to keep the brakes, the air brakes from completely releasing. It'll hold 20 pounds in the piston. I could go into greater detail, and I will in a future video, but what I'm pointing out in this particular video is the locations on the boxcar. If somebody ever tells you which is the left side of the boxcar, look at that handbrake right there. That is the B end of the car. If you stand at the B end of the car, looking towards the other end that doesn't have a handbrake, that other end is the A end of the boxcar. So handbrake end is the B end, the other end is the A end. If you're facing the A end, this side here is the left side of the car. It don't matter if you turn it around, point it towards John's house, this is still the left side of the car. Simple deduction, the other side is the right side of the car. Most freight cars or box cars have two sets of trucks under them. A set of trucks is this part here. It's got two axles, a center, two truck sides, two pairs of wheels, a bolster, truck springs. So that whole unit will come out from under a car. It's called a set of trucks. So if somebody tells you what wheel has a problem, say it has a hot box. This is L1, L2, L3, and L4. The other side would be R1, 2, 3, and 4. So say you're the conductor on the train and you go back and this wheel right here, smoking and bad order and overheating. I've seen them on fire. Well, he's going to set the car out on the siding somewhere for somebody to come and repair it. He's got to get it out of his train before it rings the axle off and breaks his train. So you set it out as a bad order car. Now, if you don't tell somebody where it is, time it cools off, the inspector won't know which wheel is bad. So you got to remember to tell them the wheel that was defective was L2. Usually he'll be able to tell anyway if he sees it's damaged in any way. So you put a tag on the car, L2, hot wheel. Consequently, by knowing how the location on a car, you can designate locations on anything. If I'm inspecting a train and I want to send it to the shop, I find something wrong and I want to send it to the shop to be repaired. Let's say I'm going to send it to the shop because this step right here, which is a safety appliance, you say it could be bent, the bolts could be loose, it could be about to come off, or could be broke, cracked. For some reason or another, I'm going to bad order it and send it to the shop for something wrong with this step. Now, what kind of step is it? It is a sill step, S-I-L-L. Simply call it because it bolts to the side seal right here on the car. So when I send it to the shop, I'm going to tell them I'm bad ordering it for the BL seal step. Why is it BL? It's on the brake end. It's the left side. So when it comes rolling in, the repairman knows exactly where to go and what to fix. Now, safety appliances, I'll get into that at another detail. I'll get into that in more length in another video. That's going to conclude today's Railroad Corner. I appreciate you tuning in. Any comments are welcome. And this is Pwalpar signing off.